Hi everyone, I wanted to record a quick video to show you all how to format a document in Microsoft Word. This is the formatting that you will be using for any papers submitted in this class and any other class that uses MLA formatting. I'm going to share my screen here so you can see the best way to do it. Okay. This is, let me slide that down so I can see my screen better. This is a sample paper I wrote for another class, but I'm just going to show you some quick steps on how it should be set up. One thing I will notice or point out is that this is how it would be formatted if you just started writing in Microsoft Word. The other thing I will tell you is that this video will follow how to do formatting on Microsoft Word on the actual app on the computer or on the desktop version, not the web or online app that you would get to by going through your OneDrive or MyPath. The online version sometimes will mess up with formatting. There are some options that aren't easily available on that version, so I would highly suggest getting the desktop version, which you can use free through your Jefferson account, rather than just relying on the web version. Anyway, this is Microsoft Word's basic setup. If you just type into a document without doing any formatting. The first thing that we want to get rid of is these extra spaces between paragraphs. So the very first thing you want to do is go to no spacing, highlight everything, and then where it says normal here, switch to no spacing. That'll take away that extra space in between paragraphs. And then you're going to want, and because if you do any other changes before changing that, then it'll change your formatting back to whatever Microsoft uses as the default for no spacing as that category. The next thing is that you're going to want to use 12-point font in an easily readable version. I usually use Calibri Light for myself, but Times New Roman is also highly recommended. You just want to make sure it's nothing that's outrageously big or small or just looks odd. So like no papyrus, no wingdings, and nothing where the size 12-point font looks like giant kindergarten letters. Once you get so then the font size is normally just 11, so you're just going to change it to size 12. And like I said, I'm using Calibri Light. Times New Roman is also fine. Arial is too big, so I would go to either Calibri Light or Times New Roman. Everything's already left justified, so we don't need to do that. You're gonna make sure this is highlighted. And then you're going to go over here where it says paragraph, and you're going to click on this menu that has 4 lines and arrows and go to 2.0. That makes your entire document 12 point, or your entire document double spaced. You notice here that paragraph, they're all over on the left because Microsoft Office tends to default for business writing. But in MLA, instead of doing that, we're going to go down and make sure all of our paragraphs are indented. And that wasn't any paragraph, I thought it was. Like I said, this is a sample sense of place essay, so it's nothing we'll actually be writing in the class, but it does work for the document to show you how to format. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to my title. Every paper needs to have a title that's centered. And that's the only centering you'll do. Then you're going to go down. If you notice, this cursor still has the title centered. And click over to the left. And for any paper, the title just needs to be something that goes along with what you're writing about. So this is about me being homesick for Ireland and its hills. So That was my title. Don't just title personal essay or something like that. You want an original title. We'll talk about titles themselves in class. You're going to come up to, this is only on the first page. This does not go in the actual header. This is on the document itself. And you're going to come up with this. You're going to type your name. So Carol Ann Fisher. Make sure these are all left justified. The next line is the instructor name. So I'll just put Professor Fisher. You all can write Carol Ann Fisher, anything like that that just says this is what this paper is for. The course, so for this, I'll write English 101 because that's who I'm making this video for, even though this assignment is actually for ENC 96. For this video, at least you'll see English 101 and the date. Today is August 9th. MLA usually asks for the date, the number of the day, followed by the month, followed by the year, which is the format most countries do it. So MLA asks for it just as something standard. And the last thing you're going to do, once you have your header, again, it's your name, instructor name, course number, and the date. I usually put the date I'm submitting it. If you will be turning in two versions of the same document, often I will add underneath the date, I'll put draft. Or if I've already done the draft and I'm submitting the revision, I may do that. If you're submitting them both to me in a Word document and you're worried that whichever version may get a little mixed up, this will be helpful. However, Blackboard should take care of that. If it's something you're submitting on Blackboard, if it's something that you're emailing me because you need me to print a copy for you for a workshop or something like that, then you're going to want to put like draft or revision. Hopefully you're with me so far, and I will go over this again, and I'm going to provide a step-by-step document that also goes through this, but I wanted to at least have a video. The last thing you're going to do is go to insert. It keeps moving. You go to header and footer, you'll go to page number, top of page, and then you're going to go to the plain one, number 3. So that's going to put the page number in the right upper corner of each page. And then you're going to go click over there and then put your last name ahead of it. This will put that page number on the top right of every page. So that one says Fisher 1, page 2 says Fisher 2, and so on. Like I said, every document will be double spaced with a standard 12-point font. It also requires a 1-inch margin. MLA does this already, so as long as you're, Microsoft Word does this automatically. So as long as you're using Microsoft Word, you will not need to mess with the margins or anything. And Microsoft Word should be what you use to write all of your papers for this class because it's what the school provides and it's the document type that Blackboard has the easiest time with. Make sure all paragraphs are indented and make sure that header is here, that upper left title, the upper left corner of the first page, just the first page. Some students will put it in the header up here. You just want to put it on page 1. And then, like I said, the title is centered, and that's the only thing that is centered in the document will be that title. Everything else needs to be just right justified, which means that the right side is flush. All right, that should cover just a brief lesson on how to format a document in Microsoft Word. If you have any questions, please let me know at any time. Otherwise, happy writing.